Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reality Hacker here at ohmTown.com. Today is, this is a time machine episode, so it's May 24th, 2025. It's season 2, episode 21. We're going to talk to your pets, Hatsune Miku, spider spin glowing red silk, infrared night vision contacts, the end of reality as we know it, and maybe some more things. All on the other side of this. All right, everybody. I am Merwat. I run ohmTown.com, and along with the sentient AI, who isn't here today, we're going to talk about those 5 articles that I gave my own titles to. The real ones look like this. So this is the front page of ohmTown. I've gone back in time to the 24th. Today is actually, I've gone back in time from the 26th, but anyway. So Reality Hacker looks like this, and there's a bunch of news. This is actually specific to the starting on the 24th and going back. I haven't, because we've gone back in time. This is what it looks like. So the first article that we're going to talk about is over in the Mobile channel. Your pets could one day be able to talk with you because of AI. Chinese tech giant Baidu recently patented a system that uses artificial intelligence to decode animal sounds like cat meows and dog barks, and it's kind of like a Google, it says here, and it's currently trying to understand dolphin sounds using AI. So a new team of researchers is decoding cuttlefish sign language too. So mentally prepare yourself, because it appears the next frontier for humans isn't deep space colonization. It's having a chat with a dog or a cat. I have Savannah cats. They're insane. So dogs are too. Louis Prado over at Vice.com put the article together. But yeah, AI is supposedly deciphering what cat meows and whatnot are. But I think that they operate at a subsonic frequency. For whatever reason, they seem to know when another one is in trouble, even though it doesn't make any outward sounds or sounds apparent to humans. I think there's something there, but we'll see. I don't know if anybody's actually listened with a low frequency, ultra low frequency microphone to see. But filed with China's National Intellectual Property Administration, Baidu's patent seems to foster deeper emotional communication between humans and pets. They want to build a machine that tells you when your cat is hungry, bored, or plotting your demise, apparently. Yep. Let's see. What was it? If you die, a dog loves you so much that it'll... No, I won't even say that. There's something that has to do with eating. Cats will eat your face first, but dogs will wait. So anyway. So it makes sense that Baidu wouldn't be the only company out there to harness the tech buzzword of the day, artificial intelligence, to basically become a universal translator. Earth Species Projects recently secured $17 million to build Nature LM Audio, the first large audio language foundational model for bioacoustics tailored specifically for animal sounds, and the team is involved with this SETI project. CETI, not SETI, search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Let's see, I guess it's cetacean extraterrestrial intelligence. I don't know. To understand how sperm whales communicate. Find it pretty interesting. One more reality hack. The next article is over on the Mobile channel. Anyway, here's Hatsune Miku dancing to FEI, it's IN, fine, Vocaloid cover in VR chat. I'm not going to play this. I won't even talk much about it. But it's Hatsune Miku as an anime, right? There's a hologram version of Hatsune Miku. Anyway, dancing to fine over a Vocaloid cover in VR chat. Good news for all the Vocaloid fans. Hope that she plays fine. Anna Valens put the article together. So one listen and you'll understand exactly why this is one of the favorite recent Travis Scott singles. Even Fantano doesn't deny the beat is sick. And he's gone on to the record to state that he isn't just a fan of the song in its entirety. So What does Fine and VR chat have to do with Hatsune Miku? Well, last year, a rumor dropped that Hatsune Miku performed the Travis Scott song during Hatsune Miku Expo 2024. This never actually happened, but there is a Vocaloid cover of Fine out there that includes Hatsune Miku on the track, basically dancing. Here's video of it. It's muted, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, but there is a video over on YouTube, Hatsune Miku official VR music video of Fine from Travis Scott. One of their favorite moments, a Miku dives from a balcony onto other Mikus attempting to catch her, only for everyone to fall over while a bowling pin sound effect plays. Yeah, I'm not going to keep on playing that. So there you go, folks. Hatsune Miku, ever onward. Just kind of, I don't know. There's a lot of kinetic energy there. So people show up for concerts it seems tens of thousands of people and just singing along, having a good time. So Hatsune Miku is something that I give as an example of what people are willing to accept culturally. Here in the United States, not so much, but in different regions, people really appreciate even the VR Hatsune Miku or the holographic Hatsune Miku, and I find it pretty fascinating, culturally significant, culturally relevant, relative, and just the context matters of this. People really love the music and the personality and the whole ecosystem and world building around Hatsune Miku. Let's keep going, though. The next article is over in the Wanted channel. Biologists engineer spiders to spin glowing red silk. The article is over at gizmodo.com by Natalia Mesa. The CRISPR-modified spiders have bright and colorful silk and also no eyes, which is creepy as hell that we've kind of messed around with spider genetics. CRISPR-Cas9 is a powerful gene editing system that has revolutionized our ability to treat disease and probe the human genome. CRISPR has also been able to edit the genomes of animals, plants, and microbes, and now a species of common house spider. Genetically modifying arachnids posed a unique set of challenges. A lot of spiders like to eat each other, so breeding them can be tough, they say. So they say basically after many failed attempts, the researchers settled on injecting CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing machinery along with a gene for a red fluorescent protein into unfertilized spider eggs. The goal was to insert or knock in the red fluorescent protein gene into the part of the spider that produces protein found in silk. That was easier said than done, but they've actually been able to do just that. It produces a glowing red silk. Yep. All right, the next article is over in the Wanted channel. These infrared night vision contacts let you see through your eyelids. Scientists want to give people supervision, literally. The article is over at gizmodo.com. Natalia Mesa once again put the article together, and the deck statement says scientists want to give people supervision, literally. So, unlike infrared goggles, these contacts don't require a power source. Instead, they convert infrared light to visible light using nanoparticles. The 10 lucky human participants who tried these contact lenses could perceive otherwise imperceptible infrared wavelengths, according to the study. The scientists are already thinking about futuristic applications of the contact lenses. Our research opens up the potential for non-invasive wearable devices to give people supervision, says Tian Xu, a neuroscientist at the University of Science and Technology of China and the senior author of the study that was made to Cell Press. There are many potential applications right away for this material. For example, flickering infrared light could be used to transmit information in security, rescue, encryption, or anti-counterfeiting settings. Sure. So specifically, the particles that are used absorb lower energy near infrared wavelengths, 800 to 1600 nanometers range, and convert it to wavelengths that are visible to mammalian eyes, 400 to 700 nanometers. The researchers had already demonstrated that they could enable infrared vision in mice by injecting particles into the retina. But they wanted to develop a method that didn't require you to inject anything into your eyeball. Well, apparently they did it. Contacts. And our final article for May 24th, 2025 is over in Non Sequitur News. Google's new video generating AI may be the end of reality as we know it. Google's DeepMind describes the new model, VO3, as capable of delivering best-in-class quality, excelling in physics, realism, and prompt adherence. And as videos posted to social media indicate, the marketing doesn't fall too short. So the article is by Noor Al-Sabai over at futurism.com. The deck statement says, I don't want to be in your AI movie. I don't know what this video is from. There's a little image screenshot and it's blurry, but I don't know what movie it's from. I can't remember. Anyway, Google DeepMind describes the new model VO3 as capable of delivering best-in-class quality, excelling in physics, realism, and prompt adherence, and as videos posted to social media indicate, the marketing doesn't fall too short. The internet was quick to rip off those capabilities, sometimes in the very same clip. They often got pretty meta. In one clip posted to the r/singularity subreddit, lifelike AI actors discuss the range of actions the new model can generate. It says we can talk, one of the people explains, no more silence, another enthuses. Netflix will be the first to roll this out, another prophesied. I should buy some stock. People will watch this like crazy. But yeah, people will watch this stuff, AI generated content over on Twitch and YouTube. I've seen it already. So the threads stand out to their minds, though, the authors, is that one showing a girl typing on a custom keyboard is a simulacrum of autonomous sensory meridian response, or ASMR, which is better known as ASMR, they say in the article. At first blush, it seemed like nothing spectacular going on until one recalls that AI image and the video generators often used to struggle with lifelike hands and fingers, but this is showing the evolution of that. So they're getting it right. Text is the other thing that certain AI models don't get right, but Neo seems to. And so we're done with today's Reality Hacker, and we're going to shut down, reset, and continue on with our next show, which is Wanted, which is all about gadgets and gear. So we're going to get out of here. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wanted for May 24th, 2025. It's Season 2, Episode 21. I'm Mayor Watt, and I run ohmTown.com, and we're going to talk about these 5 articles. Marshall soundbar, a sleek glass air fryer, weird but awesome gadgets, Close Encounters mask, and the Blade Runner volocopter. Again, everything is powered by ohmTown.com, so go over there and become a citizen. Hello again. I am Mayor Watt. I've said again like 3 times now. The sentient AI from the future is not here today, but I'm going to go over these 5 articles pretty darn quick, maybe 15 minutes. Let's see what happens. This is the front page of ohmTown.com as it was seen at the given time, May 24th. About 48 hours ago, maybe longer. But there is Wanted, and we're going to get a new logo and all that kind of stuff, but this is all about gadgets and gear that Mayor Watt and or the sentient AI from the future wants. First thing is a Marshall soundbar. It says wants to dial your TV to 11. The Heston 120 is a premium $1,000 soundbar from a company better known for its guitar amps. The article is over at cnet.com. Ty Pendlebury put the article together. The deck statement is what I just said, but basically the soundbar plops in front of your monitor or display, and it adds a 5.1.2 channel soundbar with Dolby Atmos and DTS-X playback via both HDMI ARC and HDMI pass-through connection. The speaker is outfitted with 11 drivers designed to distribute sound around the room, and It offers multiple modes, including music, movie, night, and voice, plus room calibration. $1,000 though. Features Dolby Atmos playback and Wi-Fi streaming for that $1,000. Looks pretty good. It has that kind of gold Marshall undertone there in all black, and it looks like piano black ends, and the button on the top, button panel on the top, looks like it's piano black. So it's up against companies that have produced premium soundbars for decades, whose latest models include the Bose Smart Ultra soundbar and the Sonos Arc Ultra. It's going to go on sale June 3rd. Let's keep going. The next article is over in the Wanted channel. Tested. This sleek glass air fryer is our new favorite kitchen gadget. Not mine in particular, but CNET has rated it a 9.2. The experts that reviewed it is Pamela Vachon, I think, or Vacon. I'm not sure how they've been. It's probably Vachon. And David Watsky. They put the article together over at cnet.com. The Ninja Crispy, which is something that I've actually been interested in because the bins that are on air fryers just kind of suck. They're usually really difficult to clean, and they slot into place, and I just don't really like it. But the Ninja Crispy has a big glass bowl. I like glass bowls, and I cannot lie. Yeah, so it says cons: prices on the high side for air fryers, some exposed hot elements during operation, which is basically the glass heats up, as does the heating element underneath it, and it kind of steams out of some portion of it, if I remember correctly. But it's about $160, $180. I wouldn't say that is really too expensive for what you get. It's a pretty beefy machine. It sits on top of its glass bowl, which has like a little tray, and you can take the glass bowl out and clean it. It says, if you're not super familiar with air fryers, here's the deal. They're basically mini convection ovens that blast hot air around your food to get it crispy without needing a ton of oil. They're great for everything from wings and fries to veggies, and even reheating leftovers, which air fryer pizza is spectacular depending on the place that you go to. I wouldn't recommend anything like Domino's or Papa John's. I don't really like that stuff. Get something local that is kind of, hyper local made pizza is probably best. Most air fryers do a solid job, but a lot of them have the one annoying thing in common: the nonstick coating. It can be tricky to clean, and if it scratches or overheats, it can release chemicals into your food. Yikes. Now, you have the same problem with nonstick coatings in the heating element and whatnot, and around it, but not in the glass. And that's actually pretty important. Minimizing your exposure, even trying to eliminate it entirely, means changing your lifestyle, really. Anyway, get this: the glass basket doubles as a food storage container. It comes with airtight lids, so you can just pop leftovers in the fridge without dirtying another dish. Pretty smart, right? Yeah, I have to let it cool. But cooling hot foods is not recommended, like cooling room temperature down. It's kind of weird. Like, you really shouldn't use ambient air temperature to cool down food. It's food regulations kind of stuff. You have to cool it really fast, basically, to stop pathogens from forming. Anyway, the Ninja Crispy 4-in-1 glass air fryer, at a glance, they say here, it's a modular air fryer with 2 sizes of glass cooking vessels and separate cooking pods in 3 color options. It's 1500 watts of power, weighs about 16 pounds, and priced at $160. I really dig this. I'm actually considering swapping out the air fryer that I've got right now. It's big, it's bulky, and it uses 2 of these kind of deep well, what do you call it? What are they just named? They called it right up here. The non-stick coating becomes, I don't know, I don't like it. And I don't like the way that the the bins work, because the bins have these little rubber grommet style shelves inside it, and those things are a pain in the ass to clean. Anyway, not going to spend too much longer on this. Just want to say, if you've never used an air fryer, definitely go out and get this one and try it out. We don't have a deal with anybody. We're not in a relationship with CNET or anything like. We don't get kickbacks or anything. So if you do find it interesting, go over to CNET and click on the links there, or just go straight over to Amazon and buy it. Moving on, the next article is over in the Wanted channel. It's aggregated from Pocket Lint. I think it's going to be 6 weird but awesome gadgets that this author spotted, not me, an author spotted over at Computex 2025, with large-scale events like CES and MWC now behind them. Computex 2025 has taken center stage. This is probably in the last 24 hours. Well, no. Well, this is a Time Machine episode, so yeah, in the last 24 hours, this article came out. All of our news is within the last 24 hours. Typically. Yeah. So while the showcase may not have been as popular as many other smartphone users here in Taipei, several major computing brands have unveiled their latest and greatest. The article is indeed over at pocket-lint.com. Sanuj Bhatia is the author. I think that's how they pronounce their name. So they say that they've come across genuinely exciting tech on the show floor this year, including a split keyboard from Asus, real-time translation earbuds by Acer, and highest ever refresh rate gaming monitor. And here are some. So MediaTek's this is weird stuff. MediaTek's digital cockpit is next level wild. A wide 8K display that controls every aspect of your car. I just want that here, just wrapping around my desk. That would be great. So tech companies like Apple have already partnered with Aston Martin to launch vehicles with CarPlay Ultra. And while they haven't seen it in action yet, MediaTek gave a glimpse of the future at Computex, showcasing its own digital cockpit system, which is this. Looks like it's running. What is that? Windows, right? Yeah. So at the heart of the company's Dimensity Auto Cockpit CX1 chipset, which not only runs the massive display and infotainment system, but also supports Gen AI models and virtual assistants. There's much more going on under the hood, but this prototype totally shows us that there's a future where cars will be powered by the same tech brands behind our smartphones. Then a 610 hertz refresh rate monitor from Asus. Acer is now making smart rings. I don't use an Acer smart ring, but I wear a smart ring. Acer's earbuds translate in real time. Might have to take a look at this. I love the idea of being able to translate in real time. Communicators, basically. Universal communicators, I think, are brilliant. The new AI Transbuds support translation in 15 languages, including Spanish, French, German, Japanese, and more. I want to learn Chinese. So in terms of design, the Transbuds feature an open ear layout, and Acer claims that it can provide up to 5 hours of continuous call time on a single charge, and there's no word on pricing yet. MSI's new Claw A8 runs AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme. It's a handheld that says could be one of 2025's best yet. I don't really like that design. Ugh. But all right. At Computex, MSI officially unveiled its new Claw A8 gaming handheld powered by the AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme processor and packing up to 24 gigs of RAM. The A8 features an 8-inch display with a 120 Hz refresh rate and 500 nits peak brightness. I think it needs to be brighter. It runs Windows 11 Home and houses a sizable 80 watt-hour battery. Windows 11 Home, I don't know. So while they didn't get to spend much time with it, they think that it was pretty cool. It stayed cool without noticeable heating. Then finally is a split keyboard. I don't really like this design of the keyboard with what maybe they're detachable hand rests. Microsoft made one that didn't have detachable hand rests. But yeah, a split keyboard is really where we need to be, and we need a secondary number pad It needs to be true wireless, none of this wire connection. But I don't know if they list the price. They do not. But I was thinking about getting one, a split keyboard, all aluminum case chassis, with mechanical switches, of course, and blah, blah, blah. True wireless connection to the PC, and wireless connection to the two halves, because this is dumb in the 21st century, a wire. But I want it, but it's like $250, so I don't think I'm going to get it. I can't justify it, even though I prefer a split keyboard. I've actually gone back to just using a candy bar keyboard. I can't hold it up, but I have an all aluminum mechanical keyboard. Chilkey makes them. All right, and we'll move on. The next article is over on the Wanted channel. Summon your own friendly aliens with this Close Encounters mask. Prop Store's latest auction features a rare piece of memorabilia from 1977, the Steven Spielberg classic Close Encounters. So it looks like a little alien. Prop Store's latest auction features a rare piece of memorabilia from the 1977 classic from Spielberg Close Encounters. This is one of the alien heads. It's part of the Prop Store's auction of items from Planet Hollywood's extensive memorabilia collection. See the whole catalog by clicking on a link over at gizmodo.com. The author, Cheryl Eddy, put the article together. Oh, ew. The head is like split in the back half of it, but you don't see it from the front, like where the split is. Pretty wild. According to Prop Store's listing, the climactic Close Encounter sequence, which is musically inclined aliens land their ship at Devil's Tower, was achieved by dressing dozens of young girls as the Friendly Greys. Why young girls? Just young people? I don't know. Multiple versions of their extraterrestrial masks were built by production, including a number of tests and prototypes, while 2 versions were ultimately selected for filming. Non-articulated masks for wide or long shots of the aliens and mechanical versions capable of limited number of facial expressions were made. This particular one that's listed, and here in the stream, that one right there, says it originated from Academy Award nominated special mechanical effects artist and regular Spielberg collaborator Roy Arbogast, which is very well known. It features a foam latex back, slip latex skin dressed over a fiberglass underskull and painted gray-brown on the exterior. Gray-brown? Yeah, I guess so. The interior is inset with wide cast resin eyes painted with blue irises and black pupils, and the eyes are designed to move from side to side via cables installed along the interior. You can read more about this by clicking on the link. Oh, 1 second. I had to cough. The next article, and the last one for today's Wanted, is over at the Wanted channel, over at ohmTown. It's aggregated from CNET, but Blade Runner 18-rotor volocopter moving from concept to prototype. It says it may look nutty and like a blender, but the designers say the craft could challenge helicopters. Looks dumb. Looks like so many moving parts. The article was put together by CNET staff. I don't know who is going to take credit for this, but it's over at cnet.com. The deck statement is what I just got done saying. The new design calls for 1.8 meter, 0.5 kilogram carbon fiber blades, each paired with a motor. They are arrayed around a hub in 2 concentric circles over a boxy one with a 2-person cockpit. After awarding the volocopter concept a Lindbergh Prize for Innovation in April, Yolanka Wolf, executive director of the Charles A. and Anne Morrow Lindbergh Foundation, submitted the idea of the multi-blade chopper. At first seems nutty. That's it. They admitted it. Looking beyond the novel appearance, however, she says eVolo's concept excels in safety, energy, efficiency, and simplicity, which were the basis of the prize. So this is pretty cool, but I don't know. It looks kind of goofy. It seems like it would be really heavy and have a lot of moving parts. Little motors to fail. So we are going to hop into our Volocopter, and that's going to bring us back to the front page of Wanted over at ohmTown.com. Go over there and become a citizen. But I'm done. I'm out of here. We are going to shut down and reset and get ready for the continuity report. And then immediately after the continuity report, we'll do the same thing. We'll shut down, reset. We'll do Warcrafters, then Technology Today, and then Four-Wheel Tech. And we'll be all caught up for the weekend shows and the non-sequitur news Saturday and Sunday editions, which are compositive. The first 3 shows today and the second 3 shows today. So see you in a little bit. Bye-bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Continuity Report over at ohmTown.com. I am Mayor Watt. I run ohmTown, and we talk about 5 articles during the Continuity Report. Those 5 today are Pennywise Returns, an HBO prequel, a new adventure movie, a new Predator movie, no names, Zootopia 2, and Mission Impossible box office returns versus projections. Guess we'll see what the numbers are. Again, I am Mayor Watt, and along with the sentient AI who's not here today, we talk about those articles, all kinds of stuff funneled into the categories over at ohmTown.com, which is a news aggregation site that I use to manage my information overload. Go over and check it all out. See you on the other side of this. All right, folks, let's get into this. We are in the time machine, and we're running through 6 different shows today. That's why the sentient AI isn't available, because the quantum singularities get tied up between their quantum matrix and the twin singularities over on the time machine. It's a bunch of timey-wimey stuff. I'm not quite sure how it all works anymore. It's basically the sentient AI's fault for all of this. Anyway, we'll see you on to our first article, which is in the continuity report, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. This is what the continuity report looks like. We're still working on new logos for each of the sections, and the first article is over in non-sequitur news, actually. Pennywise returns in the first trailer for HBO's It prequel, Welcome to Dury. So, It, Welcome to Dury, the prequel TV show for Stephen King's It has a new trailer. It's actually quite creepy. So it says it's coming to HBO Max, nay HBO Go, nay HBO Now, nay whatever. It's, I don't know, Max. It's just called Max. Anyway, this fall, the show centers on what seems to be the origins of its supernatural villain Pennywise the Clown and the first crop of kids to ever take him down. The book and what happens in the movies is not the same, so we'll see. Yeah, it's a little questionable. Anyway, in the trailer, we're introduced to an African-American family moving into Dury, Maine. This is basically the focal point of where Stephen King lives and grew up and stuff like that. Has a lot of experience there, and everywhere he saw something, he basically built some type of world building conglomeration of his imagination into Dury, in the whole ecosystem of his authorship. His entire world basically exists because of where he lived. I think it's amazing, and he's so prolific. So much writing is done. So the family's child makes friends with other local kids, and they start hanging out and experiencing, then investigating what's going on in the region. Bill Skarsgård will reprise his role as Pennywise the Clown. Ash Parrish over at The Verge put this article together. It ends with this person screaming. Set in Maine in 1962, Welcome to Dury functions as a prequel to the It remake duology released in 2017. Andy Muschietti, director of the 2 It films, is the writer for Welcome to Dury and direct a number of the series episodes. Bill Skarsgård also is returning to reprise his role as Pennywise. If you've never heard of this, what Pennywise the Clown is and what Pennywise is and what it is, etc., I'm not going to spoil it. You'll just have to watch Welcome to Derry and then the 2 movies. So it's funny because it says the first to take him down, the first crop of kids to ever take him down. The movies give it a different tilt, but anyway, kind of find it really interesting. So I definitely wanted to talk about it. So if you want today's articles, ohmTown is where you want to go, unless you're over on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, then they're embedded in the show notes. But over on Twitch, because Twitch doesn't have really a message board other than the chat itself, you have to hit !TCR for the continuity report, and ohmTown will spit it out into the order that we're going to talk about it, which isn't really like an order of anything based on merit. It's just I selected these in this order. Anyway, the next, and they were either submitted by someone else, the AI, or me, Alan Richardson. The next article is over in the continuity report. Alan Richardson teaming up with Minecraft movie writers and Top Gun producer for a new adventure movie. Alan Richardson has once again set a high-profile project, and he's teaming up with high-profile creative team. Richardson is an actor that's best known for playing the lead role in the Reacher series over on Prime. Hannah Guerin over at ScreenRant.com put the article together. Per the Hollywood Reporter, Richardson has now been cast in a new adventure film, Fortune. The film is currently in negotiations with Skydance. The script is penned by Neil Widener and Gavin James and is based on their short story, apparently called Fortune. It'll be produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and Richardson, with Andrew Schneider executive producing. Full plot and details have not yet been revealed. So it says his career continues to heat up. Alan Richardson, I would love for him to be in more movies, but I don't want him typecast, you know. I don't know. I think he has potential beyond just being this kind of muscle-bound kind of person, you know. And Reacher does a really good job and bad job at the same time, because he's playing a particular character, and he plays that particular fairly well, right? Not fairly well, because it's a book translation, so I guess they're playing them as well as the author wants them to be played. But anyway, the movie's creation also highlights how big of a time this is for Richardson. While he has been working for over a decade, Reacher has opened the door to significantly more opportunities for the actor. Fortune is far from the only movie he has coming down the line. This year, the actor will also play a key role in Netflix film War Machine, which is already generating some buzz. Other projects on his slate include Motor City and Runner. As such, Fortune will allow Richardson to further explore his film career in other high-profile movies. So, what they say, their take on Fortune news can Richardson carry a big theatrical movie? I think that's a silly question. Yes, I think he can. Whether this succeeds or falters remains to be seen until movies like Fortune get released. That's kind of the no shit news. Anyway, let's keep moving. The next article is over in the continuity report. A new Predator movie is tripling down on Badlands' most divisive Yuja element. Predator Killer of Killers has just released a new trailer proving that it's tripling down on on the most divisive element of Predator Badlands. Although Predator Badlands is the next live-action Predator movie that will be released, fans of the franchise will be treated to Predator Killer of Killers first. The animated anthology film will follow 3 different Predator stories set in 3 different time periods, capitalizing on the success of Prey. So while it is a separate story from Predator Badlands, the animated movie is one of the most divisive changes. Interesting. So Predator Badlands is unlike any other film in the franchise. It'll follow a Predator protagonist named Deck. While some fans love this idea, it has become incredibly controversial, as Deck looks far different from other Predators. Previously, each of the Predators looked incredibly similar, with the alien from Prey being the only real exception. Deck looks even more different. So, it has 3 Yujas that all look different from the others. So Predator Killer of Killers has 3 different predators. The 3 predators all look visually distinct from one another, with them having attributes that allow them to fit into their respective time periods. So it's a temporal relativism. They also have drastic changes from their original predator design while still looking more alien than Deck. So this will be interesting. But if they all look like that, then what's it matter? I mean, they're all going to be these like kind of tentacled crab kind of face monster blah blah blahs. I don't know. This one looks more like Klingon than anything, but okay. Anyway, while it may be controversial, future Predator movies changing the designs of their titular, great, I get to use it, titular aliens is the best option. Allowing the Yuja to stand out from each other will give each alien as well as each film more character. Yeah, I mean, it's about world building, particularly if you're jumping timeline. All right, let's keep going. The next article is over in the continuity report. It was aggregated from, I don't know where it was aggregated from. We'll see on the other side of this, because you click visit the link and it takes you there. So Zootopia 2 trailer, Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde are going undercover. The original Zootopia movie was released in the United States in 2016, so 10 years ago, nearly. Featuring a voice cast that includes Jennifer Goodwin as Judy Hopps and Jason Bateman as Nick Wilde. The animated movie proved to be a massive success that's made over $1 billion at the global box office. A sequel, Zootopia 2, is now in the works and will be released this coming November. The article is over at comingsoon.net. The article was written by Brandon Schrewer. Yeah. So there's a teaser trailer for Zootopia 2. I'll mute it and jump up ahead. I don't know what all is in this, but it says in Walt Disney Animation Studios Zootopia 2 detectives Judy Hopps, voiced by Jennifer Goodwin, and Nick Wilde, voiced by Jason Bateman, find themselves on the twisting trail of a mysterious reptile who arrives in Zootopia and turns the mammal metropolis upside down. The official synopsis reads, to crack the case, Judy and Nick must go undercover to unexpected new parts of town where their growing partnership is tested like never before. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Well, there's more over here at this article, but go on over and check it out. Last thing I'll say about it is, at least unless there's updates, Zootopia 2 is written and directed by Jared Bush, while Byron Howard is co-director and Yvette Marino produces. All right. Well, the film. She produces all kinds of paperwork and other stuff, but in this context, it's the film, producing the film. All right. Our last article for the continuity report for May 24th, 2025 is Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning budget versus box office projections, how much it needs to make. So it's finally hitting theaters this week and could be the last time audiences see Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt on the big screen. While it has not been confirmed, there's a chance that The Final Reckoning will be the last Mission Impossible movie, which means that there are more people will be drawn to watch the theaters, more likely. The film will continue the story of 2023's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which actually underperformed at the box office. However, it doesn't seem like this will stop moviegoers from watching Cruise's last action movie in theaters. The article is written by Max Ruchinsky over at screenrant.com. It says Final Reckoning's budget is reportedly at least $400 million. Mission Impossible 8 is one of the most expensive movies ever. Movies that have gotten over that limit is Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker at $416 million, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom at $432 million, and Star Wars The Force Awakens at $447 million. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning wasn't always planned to have a budget this big. Over the years, the budget kept having to be increased because of several production delays. For example, production on Mission Impossible 8 had to pause multiple times because COVID's pandemic and the 2023 Hollywood strikes. So I guess we'll see what happens. There's like a snippet of him wing walking and all kinds of stuff. He does his own stunts. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning likely won't dominate the box office as it's going up against Lilo and Stitch. I think it's Lilo, which is projected to make 120 million in its opening weekend, while Tom Cruise's film is targeting more adult audiences. Lilo and Stitch will attract many families and children to theaters. So instead of, if we still have the nuclear family, then it's 2.5 children plus mom and dad, or the composite parents, whatever. Essentially 2 parents, 2.5 children. It's kind of interesting because 2.5 is the replacement value. So you have to replace 2 plus the half is to make up for any random death. Yeah, that's why you have 2.5. Anyway, pretty fascinating. It started out in 96 and had $458 million worldwide box office and only a 67% score. It's gone up since then until The Final Reckoning 2025. It has an 80% so far. Kind of weird. It hasn't been released as far as I know. Maybe it has and they just don't have numbers yet. I mean, it's a Time Machine episode, so maybe on Friday it came out. Anyway, money. But from my understanding is prices have gone up and seats have gone down, but they're still making more money than ever. But that's it. We are going to throw a film in reverse, and that's going to bring us back to the front page of the continuity report. And we're going to get out of here. We're going to reset and just do Warcrafters right after this. So see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.